in life for free, but you can give them to the birds and bees. I want money. That's what I want. That's what I want. That's what I want.
Now, an awful lot of brands are trying to move up market, giving their products a much more premium feel, regardless of whether it's a little city hatchback or their luxury limousine. Citroen are doing just such things, and the DS line, sort of their top level luxury cars, really did a very good job of showing that Citroen could build beautiful quality, fantastic styling into a range of cars. Now, what we have here today is the new Citroen C4 Picasso. Now, obviously the original Picasso was a huge success and the follow-up did very well also. So this third generation car has some big shoes to fill. Now, I should start by saying that this is the absolute top spec £27,775, like complete peak of Mount Everest of MPVs in terms of toys, etc, etc. Citroen decided to send me this one, for which I am actually very grateful, because if you've seen in the news this week, most of Dorset has been washed away. You've had old women throwing life rings to their cats as they float down the road. We've had people mooring boats up outside their houses. It really has been awful. But whilst the chaos has gone on around me, I've just wafted along in a living room on wheels, in essence. It really is very plush in here. So, let's talk toys first. This car, with, I don't know, the thick end of £10,000 worth of optional extras on it, is the 1.6 litre turbocharged engine with automatic gearbox and these flappy paddles to change gear manually if you so choose. Now, whilst I'm not a massive fan of flappy paddles in a car like this, I mean, maybe the man who would buy this thinks he's Damon Hill on the school run with his flappy paddles, but to be honest, most of the time I've had it, I've just left it in automatic, and the 6-speed automatic gearbox does a perfectly fine job of selecting what gear to be in. Inside, 12-inch display replaces all your sort of tachometers, speedos and things like that, which is quite nice. That's completely customisable, so you can have your MPG, range and whatnot on there. It's quite a nice modern feature and actually clears out this space of the dash beautifully. We've also down here got a 7-inch touchscreen display even, that does all your infotainment. It even actually houses a lot of the car's onboard systems, such as air conditioning and things, freeing up the dashboard of all the knobs and dials and buttons and things you normally have. And it does very well for the aesthetic design in here actually as well. We've got sort of this wrap-round dashboard, this sort of textured feel to it. It really is a very high quality place to sit in. The seats actually do feel like they're straight out of the Citroen DS5. They're beautifully comfortable, they are massaging, they are heated. The front passenger seat actually even has a footrest which can be deployed for those long tedious journeys where the passenger next to you may just want to sleep. We've got cruise control, speed limiters, we've got this beautiful extended windscreen above our head here and the panoramic glass roof in the back. The rear seats slide backwards and forwards as well. What else have we got? Dual zone climate control, the car has access to the internet, it does all the usual tricks with your phone, integrating into phone books and things like that. And obviously you've got these lovely little trim features here, aluminium vents, and it really is a very comfortable, very relaxing place to be. So what about driving then? Well, on the motorway, as you could expect, it really is a triumph. You sit there, you set the cruise control, you sort of waft along on this breeze of French tranquility. You know, the French do big, comfortable cars very well, and this is very much what this car is, especially with all the toys. It makes life very, very easy. So around town, obviously, with all this glass, you get excellent visibility, and these very nice thin A-pillars make it a really, really easy car to see out of. It's often a thing with MPVs with thick pillars and things like that, but this rather stylish and also very practical element to the car makes it an absolute doddle to drive regardless of its size. What else have we got? Well, it's got some really, really light steering, which is very nice. It doesn't give you the same sort of feedback that you'd expect, like something from, you know, a Ford S-Max. So if you're looking for an involving drive, then this isn't probably the car to go for. That said, the light steering you can turn the wheel with one finger. It's an absolute breeze. And the car also has a magnificent turning circle. It will do a complete 360-degree rotation around a pancake roundabout very, very easily. On the move, when you give it a boot full, it being an automatic, it obviously takes a few seconds for the gearbox to realise what you want it to do, which is sort of my gripe with most automatics, not just this one. But then, of course, that can be rectified by sticking it into the manual mode and using the paddles. Probably the only time I'd use them is whenever I wanted to get somewhere quickly. So yeah, really tranquil, refined, pretty damn expensive, this car, but for what you get with all of the toys and the luxury, and you know what, it actually reminds me of a car from Citroen's DS range, and I'm sat here thinking, well, if Citroen can translate that beautiful build quality and sort of luxury and French sort of joie de vivre into their mainstream cars like this, well, I think competitors really do have something to worry about. Massive boot, bags of space, brilliantly comfortable, easy to see out of. It's quite hard to fault, actually, and it's great to see Citroen, after so many years of making mediocre cars, to come up with something like this that really is something that spars for the lead in this MPV segment. Also, we have the onboard cameras, which allow me to see out the back. Though rear visibility is good anyway, the camera makes it very easy to park in any scenario. But regardless of how easy it is to park, the car's very merry doing it itself. You see, much like a lot of Peugeots and Citroens in their top specification, you've got sort of this automated parking where you say, I wish to parallel park, it measures the space, goes, okay, the car will fit, and it reverses straight in for you, and it will get you back out of a tight space as well. A new trick that this car has been taught is the infamous bay park, which means if you spot a tight space in the busy Tesco car park, you can say, I want to park in that space, it measures it, and it will reverse into a bay so long as it thinks that the space is big enough. Excellent. So that covers just about everyone who would want to drive this car. Mum's on the school run looking for a cheeky space to drop the kids off. Dad's with the kids in the back doing the shopping. Plenty of boot space for all of that. It's a very good all-rounder. The only thing is, obviously, just almost like a German car, it's the options list which will bump the price right up. But overall, well done Citroen, great effort.